Hello everybody and welcome back to another Godzilla Battle Line video, and today we have the logs for Godzilla -1 Ginza version, never made a video on that, Kiryu hat, and who's the other one? Orga, of course, it's a seasonal unit, Orga. So, for those of you who don't know, there's a lot of new players here, right? So for those of you who don't know, all of the maps that you get from your arena when you run them through the expedition screen have what are called logs. They show up in these blue text boxes, like right on the map that is above the expeditions. And the more that you explore the expedition, so the longer the timer goes on, little stories appear. Now, the stories will be able to tell you at least what one monster in your expedition is going to be. It's always going to tell you what the most rare monster in the expedition is from the order left to right. So say you had a map that gave you Burning Godzilla and Godzilla Earth, left to right, Burning first, then Godzilla Earth. It's going to give you the logs for Burning, even if there's two legendaries in there. It's just going to give you whoever's the most rare monster starting from left to right, bottom or top to bottom. Okay? There's a key here. We're not going to go over this key, but the link to this entire document will be in the description of the video if you want to look at this a little bit more closely. And right here you can see every character in the game has logs mapped out. So I will tell you what logs will go to these monsters so that when you read your expeditions, you can read the log, or when you run the expeditions, you can read the logs and determine what you are going to get. So first things first, we have the starting point here, and then we have these red and blue logs. They're just the environmental logs. They're applicable to all units, and they mean really nothing, is just flavor. So we'll start here with, we have discovered colossal footprints stamped firmly into the ground. A thorough search will be conducted in the hopes of locating more. There's a lot of monsters that connect with this, so we'll follow this chart right down here. The footprints stretch onwards. We will use them as our guide while keeping an eye on our ever-watchful surroundings, or ever-watchful eye on our surroundings. It's my bad. So again, that connects to everything on this purple and lower, and then some of the stuff connected to this black line here. A thundering roar rang out from up ahead. The footprints appear to be leading us straight to the source. So this is a pretty general point. A lot of the more mammalian type kaiju or Godzilla, all the Godzillas are connected to this, but all the stuff that is like mammalian or Godzilla adjacent is also kind of connected to this. So we're going to follow it all the way this way, passing the regular Kiryu, going straight to Kiryu Heavy Arms. His next line would read, multiple shadows soar through the sky above us. They look to be transport planes. A monstrous-like figure has emerged in the distance. We will proceed on foot with caution. A huge monster-shaped mecha stands before us. One glance at its armor confirms it is a weapon, but the light behind its eyes suggests it possesses a will of its own, obviously in reference to Tokyo SOS, that Kiryu having a will of its own, for lack of a better word. So, if you see these three dialogue options, the multiple shadows of the sky, monster-like figure has emerged, and then a huge monster-shaped mecha, if you see those three dialogue boxes, you're gonna get Kiryu Heavy Arms. He's the only character with these lines of dialogue. Even the previous Kiryu / Kiryu Kai that we've had, logs are completely different. They're not connected at all. He has unique logs. So, a block of shared logs would be if we come all the way back here to a thundering roar rang out from up ahead, right? We follow it down. We get, in addition to footprints, there are signs of a thick, heavy tail being dragged across the ground behind them. 90% of the Godzillas are connected to this line of dialogue, so we will follow it. We're going to follow this line all the way to the end, because that's where the closest Godzilla, or the farthest Godzilla is, which would be the newest one added to the chart. We get, the target appears to be moving toward the city. Even at such a distance, we can feel the ground shaking beneath our feet. I spotted blue lights in the distance before feeling the aftermath of a great blast. I have grave concerns for the condition of this city. So obviously, this is reference to the Ginza scene in Godzilla -1. This is the Ginza version of Godzilla. So if you get dialogue boxes regarding the grave conditions of the city, you know, a target moving and the ground shaking beneath them, these are all references to scenes in -1 when he's walking around and the ground's coming up from beneath him, and obviously when he uses atomic breath. So that is all in reference to the Ginza version. So Ginza, Godzilla, and Kiryu alternate form are connected in the same overall branch, but not the same pathway, if that makes sense. They're both connected by this green block of text, but it is not connected by the pink. Or I guess it is connected by the pink, it's not connected by the green. Now, Orga is a completely different thing altogether. So he is connected to this block of text. A dark figure blocked out the sun above us for a mere moment before flying off into the distance. We resolved to hurry after it. Now, this is always referring to The flyers, or aliens. Almost never man-made vehicles, except the Shinden is on here, and the missiles, the stealth bomber, and the choppers. Every other man-made vehicle that's in the air, like Super X, is in the other section for vehicles and stuff. So, we'll move down to, as we continued our pursuit, we heard a booming roar from the direction the figure had flown. Progressing further, we came across some kind of crash site. It was clear something of astronomical proportions had fallen from a great height. That connects to all the flyers, most of the aliens, right? So we'll follow this purple all the way to the end right here. As we investigated our surroundings, we noted marks on the ground as if something has been dragged across the ground. The top of a building in the distance has been destroyed. It looks like it was intentionally blown up. I'm pretty sure that's a reference to Godzilla Millennium movie. A black mass stirs between the buildings. Its terrifying silhouette, unlike anything else on this earth, makes me weak at the knees. Pause. That's Orga's dialogue. He is connected to this tree that also features the Ghidorahs, the aliens, the flyers, the Gigan's are here, Rodan is here, Space Godzilla is here, so. Those are the logs for Orga. He's the only one with this kind of dialogue, so if you get the line, as we investigate our surroundings, we noted marks on the ground as if something had been dragged across. That is only going to be Orga. That is a surefire way to tell that you have Orga in your maps. So, like I said before, I'll link this in the description if anyone wants to use this resource. Every single character is on here with every single possible combination of map dialogue. This sheet has gone through tons of revisions to make sure it's 100% as accurate as possible. And, it's all brought together by the Discord. So shout out to my Discord server. They're the ones who always are finding the logs. If this was just me working on this, shit would never be done. So shout out to the Discord for finding. They actually are the ones that found the Ginza logs, these Kiryu logs, and the Orga logs. So I don't remember who exactly did it. You know who you are, so shout outs to you. If you want to help us the next season that this happens, you can join the Discord. We also track unit stats and stuff like that, and I gotta start editing that stat sheet again. So I'll leave this in the description so you guys can take a look at it. But that's all I got for you guys today. So thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.